someone messaged me asking how I got from this image. Okay, from this image to this. So this is the final product. That's with retouching and everything. And yeah. So okay, let's start right away. Usually what I do is I work down this panel here inside Lightroom, and I just tweak all of the settings that I can tweak, and I just like fiddling with everything. But before that, yes, I had every intention of cropping just this area because I don't have a proper background mount yet, and this is just a piece of cartolina paper that I bought. And yeah, I'm just gonna crop this and that. Oh, keep in mind that the colors may not come out exactly the way it used to come out, or like this, like my first edit, because I'm doing this a couple of weeks after I actually shot and edited those photos. So yeah, okay, so this is the crop that I think would be good. Okay, there. So yeah, so that in itself is already a good progress. I'm so sorry, I haven't done a voiceover in a long time, so okay, pardon me, I feel a bit awkward. And yeah, okay, so from here, like I said, I just work down all of these panels inside Lightroom. So okay, let me just try to get the lighting right, and I'll jump in whenever I need to say something. Okay. So color-wise, let me just put these side by side. Color-wise, this is what I am aiming for. Pale skin, very painterly type of skin texture, and as you can see, I edited these lines out. So yeah, someone messaged me asking how exactly I got this tone, and to achieve that, I just usually play around with the tint, and I always lean towards adding more green to my photos. I don't know why, don't ask me, I just like it. So yeah, and then after that, after fixing the temperature and the tint, I go ahead and bring up more details into the skin, the clothes, and the face. So I do that by tweaking all of these, the highlights, the shadows, the whites and the blacks. And then after, since I really couldn't be using the camera, as in I wasn't able to be the one behind the camera to take this photo, I wasn't exactly in focus, so I had to do everything I could to bring back some sharpness into my face, because as of now, as you can see in this final edited photo, my face is very much in focus. Meanwhile here, it's not. It's a bit fuzzy. So from there, yeah, I just add a bit more clarity, and I dehaze it a bit and add more texture. And by doing that, it adds more skin texture, and that became a problem for me during the whole retouching process inside Photoshop, because it added a lot more work. So make sure you guys are focused first and foremost. And then after that, okay, so this is something that I always do in all my photos. So I want punchy blacks and highlights that really pop. So in order for me to do that without, overdoing the color of the skin, I always turn down the vibrance. So this is my best friend right here. And a little bit of saturation, just so, yeah. There, that's about right. And I think it could use a bit more green and a bit more yellow. Oh, no, wait, I remember now. Okay, there. Okay, so there. So far, those are, what I've tweaked in this basic panel. And then from here, I don't use this linear curve thing. I use this one because I don't know, I just feel like I have more control over where the points would lay in this graph. So I just tweak around with the highlights, and I just really want them to pop. Not so much with the lights. And then for the dark, since I do want this photo to have a bit more of a sinister look, I really, went ahead and went ham with the darks. So yes, I did not hesitate, I just went for it. Wait, sorry, I just have to crop out my butt. Oh, wait, cancel. Never mind, let's just do that later. Okay, so from there, I start tweaking with the skin tone itself. So we're not that far off from the final photo, but we could still tweak it more. So I want the skin tone to be a bit more pale, but not dead, if you know what I mean. So yeah, this is usually just what I do. Okay, we're getting there. Okay, so yeah, as you can see right now, it's getting a bit closer, a bit of noise reduction. I always add this, even if it doesn't seem to do anything. Okay, so for this one, I know I did a bit of split toning. So the colors that I used, I think, are a bit of this, like a cyan, light blue. Okay, so in this calibration panel, of course, I have to lean it towards the greener side here in the tint for the shadows. And then for the red, I just try to tweak around, see what works, what kind of vibe I'm going for. And so far, since I don't want this to look completely dead, I do want to add a bit more red versus like this green. Okay, so there. And then for the green primary, I would add a bit more on this side. So from there, I think we're getting closer. So this is the luminance. I don't want to, because if I brighten up the red, it's gonna make us look dead. So I don't want that. Okay, so I'll just say that I always tweak the reds, the oranges, and the yellows when it comes to skin stuff, because I find that those are the main colors that always show up when photographing skin, at least for us Filipinos. I'm not sure for Caucasian skin. There might be a bit more magentas and purples in that. But for us Asians, we have a lot of yellow in our skin, so that's what changes a lot in our skin, or rather oranges. So yeah, I don't want to make us white because I don't want us to look like Edward from Twilight. um, yeah, so there. And okay, there. I think we're getting there. We are getting there for sure. And oops, wait. I did not mean to do that. Think yeah, red. Okay, so color-wise, I think we are already there. I just need to add a bit more green, just a tiny bit. Yeah, and a bit more towards the yellow to get that yellow cast behind us here, just so I could get this tone. But you know what, so far that is pretty close, and I think majority of the work will come inside Photoshop because that's where the entire thing transforms. But yeah, the other thing that I did to sharpen my face in this photo, so as you can see, his face is in focus and mine isn't. Yeah, my bad. I know, should have fixed that beforehand. So I'm going to do the selective editing thing, and I'll click on this brush, this brush right here, and then I will just paint on my face and also his face actually, because as you can see, the light hits the top half of our faces, of both our faces, and I was shooting with just one light in this setup, and that already gave us like that cast, that white light on top of our faces. So it's a singular light source and it shows up here, so I just wanted to make that pop even more. So I'm just gonna draw on my face. So yeah, there. Yeah, I think that's basically it. And yeah, I think that's it. And I just tweak this a bit more. Okay, so there, I think I've achieved the closest possible grading that I could from now, from this image on the right to the image on the left. So afterwards, I will export this raw image and proceed to edit it further inside Photoshop, and I will do some skin retouching on my face to remove all of the unwanted texture, and I will add some dodge and burn stuff just so the facial features pop up again and they don't, just drown out in the photo. And like I said, I also removed these lines here where the paper connects, and I kind of did a pretty rough job here. Yeah, because I didn't really think too much of it. I mean, this shoot was just supposed to be for fun, and I didn't think that it would actually receive like a lot of pretty good comments. So thank you so much for your support, and I really appreciate that you requested me to to teach you, and I think that's always such an honor for anyone really. So this is where we started, and this is where we ended. And yeah, just take this onto Photoshop, retouch the skin, dodge and burn, and you're all good. So I really hope that helps and that sheds a bit more light as to how you can play around with the skin tone inside Lightroom, and even without, moving on to Photoshop just yet. So yes, I do majority of my color grading inside Lightroom, because I just find it easier, versus adding layer upon layer in Photoshop. So yeah, I hope that helps, and thank you so much. And yeah, I hope you're all safe. Take care. Stay at home.